And we should be live looking over here at this monitor. I should be looking over this way. But I am here and awake. And actually, my mother called or messaged me, said, "Wake up." I said, "I'm tired, but I am awake." How you doing, Ray, Lisa? Forks up. How are you? Hope everyone is well. And my speaker is on. I have been editing video. Just finished a drone video. It's fun to fly. I put a little note down in the bottom of the information on it and said it's fun to fly, but the video quality is not good. One of these days I'll get one that's got good video quality. Anyway, how y'all doing tonight? I didn't really have anything to talk about. I just wanted to get on here and hang out with y'all for a little while. If y'all got stuff to do, that's cool. If you don't, feel free to chime in and say what's on your mind, and we will talk about it. Anyway, I was a little bloodshot. That's one good thing about having two eyes. You got one that's bloodshot and one that's not. Can you imagine getting pulled over? They'd be saying, are you drinking or you haven't been drinking? Never had that problem, but it would I always wanted to, but never happened. Hanging out is good. Yes, it is. Better to be here. I was over there listening. I was editing the video and listening to Steve's Rideshare Radio on their live. No DoorDash for you today. I didn't even turn Spark on. Well, actually, I did. I turned it on. I went up to Jack in the Box, which is right across from Spark. I mean, right across from Walmart. Sat in their parking lot and ate. And I probably sit there 30 or 40 minutes. Not a single order, not even an order to reject. So it was awful at that hour. Oh, was you over there too? Anyway, I don't know how Spark's been. I haven't been. I have not sparked this week. Sunday I did, and not Monday, not Tuesday, not Wednesday, not today. I'll probably hit it tomorrow though. Yeah, it was quiet. I mean, you know, you generally can. I might have to set an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours even before I get an order worth taking. But there, you at least see extra earnings pop up on top of your phone. It never populates because I think it's bots that are just automatically taking them before they even populate the screen. Could be wrong, but I really think that's what it is. Um, but not even that. So I don't know what was going on. Oh yeah, proxy pick. I do have one to do. I did some proxy pick. How many did you say you had yesterday? 17? I got to thinking about that, and ever since I have been on Proxy Picks, the total for that whole time, I've not seen 17. Probably about a dozen or so. I guess Proxy Picks are real popular up there, but not so much here. So I guess I'm lucky to have got those 2 little gigs, the one for FedEx is monthly and Verizon every other month. I don't know which one I'd rather have, StreamYard over here or YouTube over here. I don't know. I still got my blanket back there. See, where is it? Right there. Yeah, right there. I had my blanket out. I was a little cool earlier today. It was big cloudy. I haven't checked the radar lately. Had some storms down south of here. Just wasn't real sure which way they were going. Kind of looks like they're going to miss us. Yep, they're way over in West Texas. I don't know if you'll be able to. Yeah, yeah, you can kind of see it. Ooh, there you go. Yeah, West Texas right over here, and we are right here. So it should go which way? This way. Up towards Oklahoma. Actually, y'all might get it up there in Missouri. Actually, it looks like there's some up around northeast Oklahoma City. Yeah, it's going right towards y'all. It may be there by tomorrow afternoon. Maybe y'all got rain in the forecast. If you don't, you may see that soon. Storms here today. Our little Wichita River is out of its banks. It's not really flooding bad, but it's it is at the level that it pretty much should be all the time. But it comes out of a middle of nowhere out in West Texas. That's Red River, isn't it? I'm not real sure where Wichita River comes from. I did know, but I can't think of it right now. Nevertheless, I don't think I got to worry about storms tonight. It was thundering early this morning. Nothing major. Just some good rain fills up the lakes, and we need it because it's fixing to be hot and dry. It sounds like it's Tim's way heading toward my. It sounds like it's Tim's way heading toward my child tomorrow. I better call him and make sure he is okay. Yeah, well, it had a little color in it, but in the evening, at night, generally speaking, and it's not as severe, but generally, it definitely can have a tornado at night, but, generally, air stabilizes in the evening time late in the evening, late at night. Early evening is when you most of the time when you get 'em, but you can get them anytime. We all know 24 hours a day, and it can be any time of the year. I have heard of tornadoes in the wintertime. Personally, I never saw one, but, it can't happen. There's a lot of activity down in, Abilene, but it shows to be going east. Abilene. So, maybe it will clear up for a day or 2. I didn't wash my car because I figured if I did, it would have rained. It was going to DoorDash tonight, but I need to get another charger lead for the van. The phone was running out of power. I got I think it's in the car. So I did a review on it. It's really a neat little charger, and I actually use it. I've got a bigger charger, but this one has, iPhone cable built on it and Android or yeah, Android type C built on the other side. Works great. We was eating lunch yesterday, and my aunt's iPad was dead, so and she was wanting to look some stuff up. I ran out to the car and got it. And I don't use iPads and iPhones and any of that, but it has the multi-plug on it, which is really good. And if you ever do reason why I started carrying that is I was about month and a half ago, I was doing a shopping order and my phone literally I scanned the last item and my phone died. Take my stuff up to the customer service and told her what was going on. So if you give me about 3 minutes, is I can put it on a quick charger in the car and get just enough to scan the QR code and get back out to the car, which it worked out. But it made me put that one that I did the review on in the car and start carrying it with me. Oh, be prepared. You never know what's gonna happen. Speaking of which, I got a walkie-talkie that I was supposed to do a review on and I did it, and then I remembered I started doing it, and then it's supposed to be for TikTok. And the TikTok video that they sent me to reference to was pretty lame looking, so but this is one of the ham radios, and it is complicated. I've gotta watch some YouTube videos to figure out how to use it, not necessarily I kinda wanted to keep it. I have a regular I have a regular scanner, but, I can use the scanner app on my phone for the spotters. But if I had a radio, it's instant. This when you listen through it through the app on the phone, there's a 2 to 5-second delay, and I don't know. I want it instantly because I haven't done it in a long time, but I used to put myself in positions because I like getting out and watching the storms. But you kinda gotta watch your radar and listen to what them people are talking about, so you can kinda stay abr weather aware, and if you're not weather aware, then you don't mean to be out there. Anyway, I always kinda wanted to do all that stuff, but this radio is cheap, it's only 29 bucks, and I think good radios are probably about 229 bucks or more, probably 2,000, I don't know. But if it works, it would be pretty cool to have. I mean, I legally couldn't talk, especially if they're having an emergency. I would you can't talk, but you can definitely monitor. So, meanwhile, back at the ranch, little Timmy fell in a well and Lassie went home. What are y'all up to? So, has anybody got anything going on? I haven't heard any more from Steve about the Colorado trip. I don't know if any of y'all's planning more up there. And I believe it was. Of course, I haven't been. I didn't look at his community tab either. So it might be on there. I did get a dual monitor stand to do a review on, and I was gonna do that earlier, but I didn't know, sometimes my little projects that should take like 30 minutes sometimes turn into 3 4 hours. So, uh, I didn't do it because I wasn't real sure how it was gonna work out. Yeah. Oh, okay, good deal. Glad you heard. I sent that to him last night, so and I asked him about the $50 gift card, so I'm waiting to see on that. I don't wanna, I don't wanna build that up too much if he kinda welches on the deal, but, I don't know. We will see. I'm gonna grab that radio. It's a small one. I mean, this is the size of my hand, so it's pretty small, but frequency mode. I just gotta figure out how to use it. I've never we had my dad had a base station back when I was younger. It was a Siltronics, I remember the brand, but it had a dial, you know, and you could tune into the frequencies. But these are all push button, and I really don't know how to use that to set the frequencies on it. It does have FM radio on it. I did figure that out because frequency mode. You can push the little button. So I do. No, it works. This one is, yeah, I googled it, and it had several videos on it. Baofeng, B no, yeah, Baofeng. Yeah, cute little radio. But, when I at first, because when I worked for the city, the radios we had were, well, probably about the bottom of this to the top of the antenna, and then a little short antenna on top of that. So, I figured it would be about that size, but no, this is a little bitty thing. Probably 4 or 5 watts, I don't know, but with the ham radios, they work off of repeaters, and if there's a repeater close, I shouldn't really have to worry about it. Of course, the TikTok video they wanted me to reference to, he said, "If your cell phones go out, you can depend on these, and you should have one for every family member." Yeah, I don't know about y'all, but my family members would care less about having this, and, I don't know. I think these would be good for, like, out camping and things like that, or if you really did have an emergency, you could get hurt, hold of the emergency services 'cause most of them are gonna be on ham radios, you might can Google to get the scan codes. Well, yeah, I mean, let me finish reading what you're writing. Scan codes for your area. When I had a police scanner back in the day, I got the list from Radio Shack. Yeah, they make good radios. I have 10 two-way radios from that that I use for the British Festival. Oh, so that's a pretty well-known brand. Oh, well, maybe that's why there's some videos out. Yeah, my scanner, I got a coded scanner code on this, my regular scanner, and it was a Radio Shack scanner, and it still works. And I used to be able to listen to the police on it, and we used to be able to listen to phone calls on it, but, not no more because everything's digitized. So, it is pretty much useless except when it comes to the weather spotters, and that's my main thing. I don't I mean, back in the day, I carried it when I worked for the city because if I was in the area where there was a reported wreck or something, if I was in that area, I could get there before anybody else, and I could hit the arrow bar and kinda help people till the cops got there, 'cause a lot of times I didn't have anything to do, and I was just driving around. Probably drove well, I could drive 4 or 500 miles a day just in town, just here, there, everywhere, pull off, take a nap, the typical city employee. I shouldn't say that. A lot of those city workers really work, but I was on a barricade truck, and unless there was a water leak or a meter getting put in that needed barricades, I didn't have much to do. Loved that job. Nevertheless, but yeah, well, my thing is, if even if I, because I know, well, on the app that you can get on your phone for the scanner radio, it says 147, dot 000, and the other one is 1469400 or 9400, and I put it on that, and frequency code. Yeah, 146520 and 146940, and I put it on there, but they were talking for just a moment last night, and it wasn't coming through, so I don't know if there's something else you have to do to activate that channel, and, I don't know. Probably need to figure out how to push scan to make it scan, and then I could lock that channel in and save it, just like on a regular scanner, but this is a little more complicated. And, for the video review, I don't have to do any of that because that guy that they had to deal he was just like, "I love my little radio, and if your cell phone service goes out, then these come in handy, and they're good to have, and every family member should have one. I highly recommend them. Check them out in the TikTok shop below." And that was it. I mean, I paraphrased a little bit, but that's basically it. And here I was trying to do a box opening and showing what's all in it and got all that done. And then I looked back at my little, uh, description of what I'm supposed to do with the videos, and it's supposed to be TikTok. I'm like, "Oh my goodness. Oh my god." Anyway, yeah, it's fine. Maybe there's a local Facebook group with radio group. I haven't looked. It would be because I bet you if I knew one of these spotters, I bet they probably experienced enough with ham radios, they could probably take this and program it for me. I mean, I need to let them know that I know that you can't talk on it. You have to have a ham license to talk on ham radio. Somebody I did read on what it was on, but people were saying that it might have been on that TikTok review that I looked at on that product. But they were saying that you have to have a license, which I knew you had to have a license. Some people saying it's $7,000 fine if you don't have a license, which I don't know about that. But, I do know that you're not supposed to talk on it without a license, And then some people were saying if it's an emergency situation, you can, but I wouldn't consider me personally, yes, I would consider a tornado on the ground an emergency situation, but when they lock the channel down for their emergency weather, I think somebody like me don't need to be chiming in, which I do know how to talk on it, and I know all the lingo and all that, but I'm not licensed and I'm not part of their, uh, group, so I wouldn't do it. But if you have some other kind of disaster, like, the base starts getting bombed out there and, you know, that's a little different. I don't know, but, or if I was in a major accident or something like that, I could see it. "Hey, Rodney, how are you?" "I am peachy, peachy. I'm finer than frog hair." The ham radio group in our area. And well, there is here. I mean, they used to be called, Wichita County ARES, but I think they had to change their Skywarn or Weather Warn now. FCC, I think, made them change it up a little bit. I've been listening to those guys. Well, most all of them are newer. The ones I listen to, oh, shoot, for the last 25 years, I've been listening to them. So and, dad always had CBs, so I've always been around radios, but that old Siltronics base station was cool. It had to dial, it wasn't digital like this. But anyway, well, howdy, howdy, giggity. Hope all is well down in your neck of the woods. You may have no, no, this I don't know. You may have storms here in a little while. There's some over in Abilene, and they're heading due east. You're in Pork Chop. Of course, y'all are quite a ways from there. It's still gotta go all the way across. But, I don't know, not that far. The storms that I'm seeing are actually, they're kinda tracking south, and then some of them are tracking east, due east. Some are going southeast. See if they've moved. Where are we at? Where am I? Find a town. There's Anson, there's Abilene. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the ones in Abilene are going due east. Well, that's gonna be north of y'all now. That's gonna be hitting south of the Dallas area. Probably somewhere between Dallas and Houston. Anyway, you got Harry earlier. Well, I saw some clouds down south. I guess that's what I'm seeing here earlier. I was sitting there. I've been doing reviews today or editing reviews, and I got out a little hour and a half, 2 hours ago. Went to Taco Casa, it's my go-to place, and the clouds looked like they was bubbling up pretty good, but then they kinda smoothed out, but you could tell there was a lot of wind in it. Yeah, I'm not showing of course, I'm not on y'all's radar down there. I could switch it, but looks like Round Rock and Austin probably is gonna get this storms that I'm seeing. Right over here, and then Austin is right down there. Yeah. It's good to get some good rain, that's for sure. Lots of lightning. Had a pretty good lightning show last night and the night before. The night before was pretty wild, and I wish I could have witnessed it because they actually said that and I think it came out on national news. It's 'cause it's very so rare, but the tornado was actually spinning backwards. It wasn't going in the normal what do they spin, uh, counterclockwise? Is that right? If they spin counterclockwise, it was going clockwise. If they spin clockwise, it was going backwards. And then another tornado was going east, went north, went west, went south, and then back east on the same exact path that it just went. Just made a big circle. And they said that was very rare too. Oh, did this yeah, it could be. The tornadoes are spinning backwards. Never know. The rain got very heavy here about 3 PM, just as Miss Womble was coming out of physical therapy. She got a tad wet. Lots of you didn't get out with an umbrella for her? You might not even have been with her. I did have an umbrella in my car. I've got a rain jacket in my car. The bad thing about a rain jacket, and, if it's gonna be out in it, I get it, but when you sit back down in the car, where all that rain goes right in the back of your booty, and down your pants, and I mean, your front may stay dry, but the top half of your booty's gonna be wet, your car seat's gonna be wet. Slowed my photos that much. I wish I could get some more. I like doing the proxy pics. That's easy most of the time. I guess weather permitting, I will probably get out and do that one tomorrow for FedEx. Takes about 45 minutes and it's $50, so nothing wrong with that. I was in the van watching out of the building. I unlocked the door for her. "Oh, well, that was gentleman of you." Wasn't no use in both of you getting wet, huh? That's the way to look at it. I pasted a link above for the radio help. Oh, I missed it. Here's a Facebook page for Wichita Falls. Thank you. I'm gonna right click on that, open new tab. Gary Armstrong. That's Brownwood. Amateur radio tailgate. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna maybe I could, there's 258 members. Maybe I would know one of them. Let's see. The guy that I used to, he just sent me a message, Texas Roadhouse. Everyone gets a steak dinner for free. He was like the area, I don't, Legion, however you say that word, or bite squad. He was kind of the go-to guy when you signed up. He got you your shirts and your bags because they provided t-shirts and bags and it's that. But no more bite squad. So I had him on Facebook. But yeah, I'm gonna check that out. Thank you, pork chop. 'Cause I kinda wanna get this radio going. If it's any good, it may not for $29, you can't expect a whole lot, but they're if it'll bounce off the repeaters, it should be fine. Oh god, heartaches by the number. I got all kinds of things to review. You can probably see where are they at? Right yeah, this boxes back there, boxes over there, and 2 boxes right there. Good thing the China folks are on another holiday. Tell you what, they have more. It's what was it, Labor Day? I think she said it was their Labor Day. Anyway, it's like 4 days from the 1st to the 4th or the 1st to the 5th, something like that. So at least I get some time to get a few things done. Not to mention, I've got more stuff coming in. Telling y'all that as much as Spark is still the bill money, but, it's almost getting to where I don't have time to do Spark, but I've gotta figure it out because, well, I'm if Amazon keeps going like it is, I'm halfway there, you know? And I guess that's what all these gig apps are about, is to use it for supplement or fill in until you get something else or be able to get into something else. And it was just a little bit of extra money. Then it was about a third of my income. But now if knock on wood, if it continues, it will be half of my income. And I'm hoping by next year, Spark will be a total option, like DoorDash and the rest of them. Of course, DoorDash, I hear people saying it's doing pretty good now. I don't know. But it's kinda cool if it all becomes a if I wanna do it, I can do it. If I don't wanna do it, I don't have to do it. But it's kinda nice to get out of the house. And that's one weird thing is when you have all the reviews to do and then the editing to do, if I stay here in the house, I feel like I'm not working. I mean, I know technically I am working, but if I'm not leaving and going, it feels like I'm not working. And I kinda don't feel good about myself, I guess is the way to put that. Maybe that's a normal thing. But I gotta get out, and believe me, I am starting to save all my receipts and everything because with Spark and DoorDash and the rest of them, use your mileage. However, with Amazon and, YouTube, you I don't know how you would use your mileage, but see, those will go on a different thing. So I'm saving, like, when I go eat, and if I go to Colorado, I'm gonna use every bit of that on my taxes. Did the light just go out? That was weird. I just saw it kinda looked like a light went out. Maybe I'm tripping. I be tripping. Anyway, but yeah, if y'all are doing something besides the gig work, you know, of course, y'all I've just never been into self-employed like that. I mean, I've been doing gig work for what, 4 years, 4.5 years, but it's always just been the mileage you had to keep up, and I never really because everybody said you can either go the mileage or you can go your maintenance. But even my sister brought up something yesterday, and she said, "If you're doing the YouTube videos or the reviews and stuff," she goes, "you can't dress like a bum, so you got to have, clothes," which I guess probably could I don't honestly not buy many clothes. When I get clothes, usually it's a Christmas present, birthday present, something like that. I've got shirts in there that, I'm almost ashamed to say how old some of those are. I still wear them. They're still good. So I don't buy a whole lot of shirts, but I guess technically I could save go buy me some nice shoes. Of course, the last nice shoes I got was gifted as well. I guess that's a typical guy thing maybe. I don't know. I will spend money on SD cards and camera gear. I kinda wished speaking of SD cards, I kinda wish that I could be in on that drawing if we do that $50 gift card next Wednesday, but I don't that would I mean, it's legit because I get it myself, but that wouldn't be fair. But, man, SD cards for that camera, that 4K, because 'cause I've got a good SD card in it, but every once in a while, I'll have to I've got a request to do the video in 4K, and it'll shut down. It'll say, "Shut down because of the write speed is not fast enough." So I need a better SD card, but what I'm getting at is I can save the receipt for that because that's tax deductible because that is part of my business, I guess. Never thought of myself in that kind of business. I don't know. It's all new. You're never too old, I guess, and I feel like I'm just talking to myself. Man, that guy could probably talk to the wall. I can. What's scary is when the wall starts answering. Anyway, y'all, what time is it? Oh, 20 till? We're running for a little bit longer. Oh, yeah, I can talk to myself, and I don't know. I I think it's normal. I think people say if you talk to yourself, you're not normal. I think they're just saying it. I think everybody probably talks to themselves. Sometimes you can rationalize things, and I kinda believe that because, if you grew up in a good home, good environment, not everybody did, luckily I did, but you kinda grow up you act like you didn't listen, but you listened more than you really realized, and even when you didn't wanna listen, you still listened, but I talk so much more than I thought I did. Now I just talk to anyone and everyone, whether they like it or not. There you go. But, the old saying, and the sign that stickers that people put on their car, "What would Jesus do?" or whatever. That's fine. But what I was getting at is sometimes I find and I still don't listen to it all the time, but I think about what my dad would say or what my grandpa would say or, somebody like that, and, that kinda helps make us who we are is who we were around, whether it was a parent, a grandparent, aunts, uncles, whatever, siblings. But if they gave good advice, it kind of and even bad advice, it kind of made you who you are. So you kinda have in the back of your mind, you kinda have an ideal of what they would say or what you think they might say. And if you think about it and talk about it to yourself, you kinda use some stuff that you think that they would advise you to do. So in a roundabout way, you're not really talking to yourself. Or that's how we're gonna justify that. I don't know. Can you imagine this? This is the cover off of the camera that I'm using, and it says, "Remove before use." That's pretty logical. Kinda wanna take a lens cover off before you use a camera. This one's rubberized. See, we can go from one thing to the other thing, and then I'm reading anti-fog lens wipes. My this monitor especially collects dust bad, so trying these lens wipes, maybe that'll help. I noticed today, I don't know what gas is there. Today, I went by when I went to Taco Casa, I think it was Murphy's right down from it. Gas was 3.19 a gallon. Yesterday, it was 2.99. So 20 cents for one day. I don't know what's up with that. Might have been the day before yesterday was 3.19. Nevertheless, it was the last couple of days, it was 2.99, and now it's 3.19. So yeah, we got dead air here. That's not good, Brandon. All right. Now what else can we talk about? We can talk about Duracell batteries. The boy, actually, those are really pretty good. Although either it was hitting my button of my shirt, or I was getting some popping noise from. I was over at my mom's doing some reviews. You have to sync audio file with the video file. It sounds much better coming straight in out off of the transmitter because you can record directly to it. Sounds so much better, but it had some popping in it, so that wasn't good. And one of the videos I did day before yesterday, was on a tarp. For some reason, I think, apparently, I didn't hit record on my receiver there, transmitter. I didn't get any audio, so I'm gonna have to try to see if I can do a voiceover. You can't really I can't really do a bag opening that the tarp was in because, it's it wouldn't go back in that bag, and it's probably I think I threw it in the trash. I don't know. Do a voiceover, which with the editor I got, I can do voiceovers. Just how you gonna talk about it. "Hey, I'll be camping at Lake Texoma, Mother's Day weekend." I guess you're saying Texoma. Texana? Yeah, I'm sure it's Texoma. Cool. I drove through there one time, and I was at, Eisenhower State Park. I was going to stay there in there, and I'm sure there's a lot more campgrounds there. It was late in the evening, and I was just traveling through coming from, another state park over in East Texas. Texana, oh, it's Texana. Where is that lake? Oh, you got my curiosity up now. Google. What was that song? "Whiskey, You're a Friend of Mine"? Should be "Google, You're a Friend of Mine." Lake Tex oh, that's more from Texas. Edna oh, Texana Park. Oh, Breckenridge? Cool. I never heard of this lake. Texas Parks and Wildlife.gov. I'm just curious. I'm gonna hit directions and there's Edna. Is that it? Stonewall Well Service. Texana. Okay, we zoom out and zoom out, zoom out. That's you're yeah, that's a long ways from me, but that was cool. So are you I thought you was in the Woodlands or north of Houston, Victoria. I've got, kinfolks that by marriage, kinfolks that live in Victoria. Never been down there. About an hour and a half from that is cool. Sugar Land. Looks like a pretty good sized lake. Well, maybe the sand bass ought to be running. Let's see, when did you say? I can't oh, well, the crappie may still be biting. Of course, y'all that water's probably warmed up quicker than the water up here, and it's probably clear water, so it's gonna warm up quicker. I'm not sure on those 2 words. I think it should be. Berlin, Stafford, Missouri. I know the band Sugarland is one word, but I don't know where is Sugarland. Is it down there? This is y'all's neck of the woods, and not mine. I didn't even actually know where Victoria was until I just brought this map. I knew it was down in South Texas. I just wasn't real sure where. Real sure where? Well, let's just look. We got Google up. Let's sugar, sugar. Oh, oh wait. Yes, it is two words, according to Google. But I think the band is one word. Wow. Let's zoom that out. Y'all got way too close. Oh, I see. He said, so Sugarland is just like a suburb of Houston, huh? I did not realize that. It's one word. Yeah. According to Google, it is, but it is two words. I don't, the band I know is Sugarland is one word. Wonder, is that where they're from? I wonder. I think that's where they got their name. Hmm. If you're not into country music, you probably have no idea who I'm talking about. But we had a debate at work, so we called the city one day. I think that lady thought we were crazy. Everything in Southeast Texas is a suburb. Yeah, you're probably right. I just, I see that big old loop. Actually, there's one, two. There's two big loops in there, sorta. What is that, 99? 99 and 146, and then the big one, what is that, 670? No, 8. Man. Wait, there's more than that. There's one even closer the into Houston. 6 610? Yeah, 610. I would have no desire to live down there, but I'm not used to big cities like that. And I would even live in the Dallas area. Wichita Falls are big enough, and it's too big, but the traffic is fine here. The traffic ain't bad. I remember growing up, I don't know how what years it was, but Houston used to be labeled as number 1 murder capital of the world. That was probably back in the late '70s. I don't know if it was, yeah, it had to be the '70s because that was a friend of mine that lived across the street, his dad, or his biological father, lived in Houston. They used to talk about that, but, we was kids, so look west and you will see they are building 4 section loop around the city. Well, I didn't yeah, I didn't realize there was that many loops. Let's see, 'cause there's 1, 2, I can see 3 on the map. 1, 2, and 3. That one, let's see, 99, it looks like it goes from Sugarland north, and then it goes back east, Porter Heights, New Caney, and back south to Southgate and to Mount Melody, down to Beach City, Baytown. Somebody I know lives in Baytown. Maybe that's where Larry lives now. That friend of mine that I was talking about, he lives somewhere down there. LaPorte. I've heard of LaPorte. Anyway, I don't know. That's down in my area, the freeway has 5 lanes also in your place fast. Is it oh, that would be good. Is it Chicago that's the number 1 murder city now? I don't know. St. Louis was ranked way up there for a while. I would when we was traveling a lot, I'd look that up and it would say, like, what the, crime rate was, and if you was in this area lived in this area, you there was, like 3 out of 10 chance that you would be a victim to some kind of assault or something crazy. I don't I don't know. I guess there's nothing to do in Wichita Falls, but I guess the one thing we don't have I mean, things happen. People get murdered, people get assaulted and attacked and everything. But it's not normal unless you're in a bad area, and usually if you're in a bad area, you're probably up to no good anyway. But a lot of people have to live in those areas, so I shouldn't say that, but you know when to be out and when not to be out, and it's not like Dallas or Fort Worth was bad there for a long time. I don't know if they still are. Lived many years in Rosenberg and Richmond. Kinda cool looking at the map, seeing where everybody's from. Me, I'm simple. I've lived here and I've lived in Gulfport, Mississippi. I was stabbed once badly. Well, now I'm back home in England. Mm. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Isn't Houston like as big as like Detroit and all them places? I don't know what population, but I know one town that is a smaller town that is really bad, and it's Lawton, Oklahoma. Lawton, Oklahoma is pretty bad as far as gang violence goes. I was told a few years ago that you couldn't even when it started to get dark, you couldn't go to the store. It was dangerous just going to Walmart with the gangs, just normal criminals, it was little gangbangers, and I think we could put a l into a lot of that if we go back to, being a little more respectful because if you're not, you're gonna get shot. I get so tickled watching these cop shows and, "Stop! Don't run," and they chase them down. Back in early 1900s and 1800s, they just shot them. I mean, you're not gonna shoot somebody 'cause they stole a candy bar, but if somebody just robbed somebody or mugged, killed somebody or something, you didn't chase them down, you shot them. End of it. I mean, if you're gonna do the crime, you need to pay. There's justifications for certain things, but, most of these criminals know they're not gonna get shot. Houston is but I know different people have different opinions on that, and I'm not gonna everybody has their own opinion. I just think if people were a little more respectful, we'd have a whole lot less going on. Uncles back home were very well known. There's several documentaries about them that you'll see on Amazon Prime now. Wow, murder, capital, capital. Come on, Brandon. Let's go with the world, and then we'll go to the U.S. Oh, this is Wikipedia. Oh, that's 2022. Oh, Mexico. New Orleans. New Orleans is in the top of the list. They're number 8 of the world. Mexico's takes top 7 and 9 and 10, and then Brazil, South Africa, Mexico, Jamaica? Man, I thought everybody smoked pot in Jamaica. Shouldn't everybody just be cool? Baltimore is number 17. Memphis, 25. Detroit, 23. Hmm, I wouldn't have thought Jamaica would have been up there. Alright, let's go oop, let's go in the US. USA facts. Which US states have the highest murder rates? We don't want the state, because that's obviously gonna be Texas and probably California because it's the biggest. Cities with most murders in 2024. How can they well, St. Louis, number 1, Baltimore, number 2, New Orleans, number 3, Detroit, 4, 5, Cleveland, Vegas, 6, number 7, Kansas City, Missouri, Memphis, Tennessee, 8, Newark, New Jersey, number 9, Chicago, number 10. Chicago's number 10. Hmm. Yeah, I knew St. Louis was ranked way up there, but I didn't realize they was number 1. This is according to this one site. Where? Tulsa, Oklahoma? Really? They're number 14. This is very really kinda surprised here. No Texas cities listed on this list in the top 20 anyway for 2024. They were gangsters, but had their morals. Dad took me around several of their places where they chat had a chat to those they had a few issues with, scary blokes, to say the least. Yeah, I bet. They didn't like criminals that beat up older generations. I kinda of course, I wasn't around, but I kinda have a feeling back in the day that those groups, in Chicago and workplaces, I think there was a lot of respect, and they just kinda got a bad rap, and then drugs and stuff started kind of filtering in, but I think the original mobsters was probably on you know, they were on the up and up, as long as you minded your own business and did your thing and let them do their thing, everything was good. But then, of course, drugs ruins a lot of even mobsters. I'm surprised, like, El Paso is not on that list. That was interesting. World's most dangerous cities by murder. We don't know the world. Well, we'll click on it. Yes, I will accept your stinking cookies. Mexico is bad, y'all. I've been down there. Well, I mean, it's South America. Been to Cozumel and Progreso. But even then, we were told, like, if you took the Jeep rides or the horseback ride and all that, which I think horseback guided Jeeps, you kinda was put on a trail, and that's the trail you stayed on. They said to stay on your trails, and you're fine, but not to get off your trails. You have to go now. Good night, everybody. Alright, pork chop. I need to go myself. It's after 10, and this is not a real good topic anyway. I don't particularly like talking about murder and all that, but, anyway. Have a good night, and thanks for coming by, and thanks for that link. I'm gonna check into that. The reason why I got to go is I'd won 2 cruises. I mean, I was on a cruise, but we got progressed and Cozumel. The only reason why I got the cruises because I won them through the casino. And I enjoyed going on a cruise. My aunt and I heard a few other people saying the Alaskan cruise is supposed to be really good. I don't know. Don't know, but I think I'm going to get off here. I am really getting tired. I got up early this morning and no nap. I wanted to go over and sit on that cat or recliner earlier, and I thought, nah, I better not do that. I better just keep working, and that way I can be be here tonight. Oh yes, the last years is wonderful. I would think I would like to do that. I went surfing on an excursion. The only thing I did on the excursions was went to the Mayan ruins and scuba snorkeling, not scuba diving, snorkeling. I like the snorkeling, that was pretty fun. I wished I could do scuba diving, but you have to be certified, and I wasn't certified. I did learn one thing, though. First, uh, snorkeling I went on, they didn't tell me this because I had, mustache and a little bit of hair here. The second time I went, they said they had Vaseline. They said, "Put Vaseline around the mask, and it seals it." And I kept having to get the water out of my mask the first time. The second time I went, put Vaseline around it, not a problem, didn't leak at all. Winter and I were about to 10 years ago, left it. Cool. Went on the Holland American cruise. I was on the Carnival, but it was free. So excursions wasn't free, but the cruise itself was free. It is all good. Definitely. I like the people down there where we were at. You know, they were friendly. Of course, they're going to be friendly because you're spending your money down there. It just didn't take much money. I had one excursion that I didn't understand why people would do it. It was the Corona Beach. Basically, you got off the ship, you walked down the bridge, whatever you want to call it, to the land, and you went over to the left, and there was a big canopy tent that said Corona on it, and you sit right there and drink Corona all day. That was it. Just didn't quite understand that one. I mean, why would you be there and want to spend all day just sitting on the beach drinking beer? I mean, and I got nothing against drinking, and I got plenty to drink because you go into those different gift shops, and they got little round tables with tequila, all kinds of flavors, and you get little free samples of 'em. I tell you what, after a couple hours of that, mhm, Yeah. Kinda feeling it a little bit, not drunk, but you can feel it. Oh, wow, you drove. Yeah, some of those cars are expensive, and that second scuba snorkeling that I did, the little machine, it's a I don't know what you call them, the thing that you hold on to, and it's got buttons on it for the propeller, and it propels you around. The only thing is you wind up you gotta you gotta try to figure out how to keep your balance. That's weird 'cause you go sideways, but you can go down further quicker, which made it pretty cool because you could get down to the, coral and all that, and you get down there quicker and see more of it instead of having to hold your breath. Anyway, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I don't know if I'll ever get to do it again, but if I do, well, I thought I wanted to go to, like, the Jamaica one, but man, if everybody over there is killing everybody, I couldn't picture making that high on the list. I don't know. Hopefully, we didn't upset pork chop about talking about that stuff. Sometimes when I talk about stuff and we get on a subject, and then somebody suddenly leaves, it makes me kind of worried that maybe it was not the appropriate thing to be talking about. I don't know. Okay, them up again. Okay, oh, I didn't see that. The Cray brothers. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, and I think I'm gonna shut this down for the night. I may go lay in bed and get that gigantic, tablet I have and watch a YouTube video or see if I can get it going. I still have to do a review on it, but I don't have to, like, tell how to use it and all that because I can tell 'em how to turn it on. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, and, y'all enjoy the rest of your evening, and enjoy y'all coming and hanging out, and I actually was awake this time, and, I'll find out more on the drawing on the Grandpa's Random Reviews for the $50 gift card. I'll find out for sure if he's gonna do that. I sent him an email, but he hasn't answered me yet, but I will find out, and I will share that. So, anyway, y'all keep smiling, dashing, dancing, prancing, doing whatever it is you want to do. Just go do something because you're gonna grow old if you thanks for coming by, y'all, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.